Harvard professor Avi Loeb just changed his mind. For months, he suggested that 3I Atlas, the third interstellar object ever detected, might not be natural at all. Now, after new data, he says it's probably a comet. But just days later, the UN-endorsed International Asteroid Warning Network issued a global notice. Every major observatory was asked to join a coordinated campaign to monitor 3I Atlas through early 2026. It's the same network designed for impact threats. And this is the first time it's ever targeted an interstellar object. Is 3I Atlas more than just a comet? The International Asteroid Warning Network, or IAWN, exists to coordinate planetary defense. Its job is to help nations share data if something in space ever threatens Earth. It doesn't usually run observation campaigns. It reacts when there's risk. That's why this announcement caught attention. For the first time, the system used for asteroid warnings was mobilized to study a passing interstellar object. Officially, it's described as a test, a way to improve how scientists measure comets. But the timing is unusual. It came just days after Loeb's downgrade. So the question isn't just what is 3I Atlas, it's what made the UN's Planetary Defense Network decide to watch it now. On October 29, 2025, 3I Atlas will reach Perihelion, its closest point to the Sun. At that distance, it absorbs about 30 gigawatts of solar energy across its surface, roughly a third of the total output of all US nuclear reactors, according to Avi Loeb's estimate. If 3I Atlas is a comet, the heat from the Sun will make it vent gas and dust in random bursts. But if it uses that surge of solar radiation to shift course, accelerating, slowing, or changing direction without visible jets, that would point to something very different. Something that isn't behaving like ice and rock. Something that could be technological. That's why the IAWN is watching Perihelion so closely. Because if the object reacts to the Sun instead of simply enduring it, the natural comet theory weakens. The IAWN campaign starts November 27th. Dozens of observatories will track 3I Atlas nightly and share results through the network. According to Loeb's orbital estimates, ESA's JUICE spacecraft will pass within about 64 million kilometers on November 4th. Then, on December 19th, Atlas reaches its closest point to Earth at 269 million kilometers. In March 2026, NASA's Juno will observe it near Jupiter. 3 chances to see if 3I Atlas behaves exactly as gravity predicts. Between November and March, everything depends on the data. If 3I Atlas brightens, fragments, and fades, it's a comet behaving normally. If it stays stable, or its path drifts slightly, that opens new questions about what's driving it. That's why this campaign matters. It's the first real-time look at how something from another star system reacts to our Sun. Loeb now gives 3I Atlas a 2 on his own scale, probably natural, but still worth watching. Atlas's anti-tail, a jet once pointing toward the Sun, flipped direction, a change that can happen naturally, yet some data still stand out. The nickel-to-iron ratio is unlike any known comet. Its arrival direction sits within 9 degrees of the WOW radio signal, and its orbital timing, threading near Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, feels oddly precise. When Loeb combined the numbers, he calculated that the odds of all Atlas's anomalies occurring by chance were less than 1 in 10 quadrillion. That figure isn't proof. It's a measure of how unusual this really is. He still believes it's natural, but even he says that rare events deserve close attention. That's why every telescope is staying on target. Across the world, research teams are ready. They're not expecting an emergency. They're preparing for precision tracking of an interstellar comet. The goal isn't to prove or disprove anything extraordinary. It's to record how a truly interstellar object behaves when it passes near our Sun, data that might take decades to repeat. Each new observation adds one more piece to a puzzle we didn't know we'd get to solve. Maybe it's a comet. Maybe it's something different. Either way, 3I Atlas has already done something remarkable. It brought the world's planetary defense system and its scientists together to study a single point of light from another star. For now, we wait to see if that light changes course. Because if it does, the natural comet theory weakens, and our understanding of what moves between the stars might have to change with it. Whatever it turns out to be, 3I Atlas reminds us that discovery often begins with disagreement. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown interesting, please give it a like. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to follow what happens next when 3I Atlas reappears in December, subscribe and turn on notifications. We'll be covering every update as it unfolds.